Hi, I'm Mari. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today I want to share with you my review of Aventus from Creed. I finally got a little bottle that I could share with you guys. And you probably have heard of this perfume because it is extremely famous and people who own it either love it or think that it is a little bit overrated. And then some other people have the clone versions to this perfume because it is really pricey. So yeah, we're going to be talking about whether it is worth it for you to buy Aventus from Creed in 2020. Before we do move on there and I share my opinion with you, I want to ask you to subscribe to my channel, which is totally free. You're going to get lots of fragrance opinions and recommendations for free, and also to show your support towards me by following me on Instagram. So actually the reason why I have Aventus from Creed here with me is because my brother a few years ago used to work at a car dealership. And one of the top sellers there would wear this perfume. My brother didn't know it, but he would wear this perfume. And my brother loved it so much that, years after, he still remembers that he was wearing a Creed perfume. And that is all he knew. So recently he was like, hey, there's this Creed perfume that that I've been loving for so many years, but I don't know the name of it and they're expensive, so I don't want to just blind buy one and not like it. And I was just like, it's definitely Aventus. There's no way, there's definitely no way that the guy at your dealership was wearing, it could be, but it's very unlikely that the guy at your dealership was wearing Silver Mountain Water, whatever it's called, or Green Irish Tweed. It's gotta be Aventus, and that's probably why you enjoyed it so much and still remember it. So I do have one of the Aventus clones with me in my collection, and I did show it to him, and he said that it kind of smells similarly, so he went ahead and bought it. I found a place that was discounted because this is 300. Yeah, this size is at least $300, and I got it, I think it was perfume.com. It's not sponsored, I wish it was, for $200 and something. It's still a pretty small bottle. But yeah, this is a pretty expensive perfume, and that is why I want to make this review, because most people who ask me about it have the clones or just have heard about it and wonder whether they really should make the investment of purchasing the full bottle. So let's talk about that. So I don't want to make this video super focused on the clones and comparing Aventus to its clones. I do plan to make later on a video that compares to the clones, but for now just focusing on this one. Creed Aventus opens up with bergamot, blackcurrant, pineapple and apple. The pineapple, the apple, and even the bergamot are super noticeable. And then in the middle it has birch. I have no idea what that is, but I do see it in a lot of notes. And then it also has some patchouli in the middle, as well as some rose and some jasmine. So it's pretty floral in the middle. And then the base notes include musk, right? Fragrantica literally only shows the icons of the notes, so I have to kind of guess. And it has moss as well, and it has vanilla, and it also has ambergris. Okay, so yeah, it's not a super complex perfume. If you look at the pyramid, it has a few notes here and there, pretty citrusy and floral. At the start, I'm actually gonna go ahead and spray some. I hope my brother doesn't watch this, because he was like, you can talk about it in your channel, but just don't overspray. I spent so much money on it, so I hope he's not watching. But yeah, I gotta say, I really do like this perfume. I didn't think I would, because for so long now I have been hearing about it. I've been reading so much about it. So when I finally get a chance to try from Armaf Club de Nuit, which is one of the better clones out there, I remember spraying it and just being like, is this what Aventus smells like? I did not really like it at all. That's not to say that if I smell Club de Nuit in someone, maybe I would like it on them in the right situation. But yeah, I was just really hoping that Aventus wouldn't smell like that. The other clones that I've tried have been nice, but just really nothing crazy. So I was really expecting to not really like this perfume that much, to be one of those people that would say that it was overrated and whatnot. But surprisingly, I do really enjoy it actually. I think it is very sophisticated, unlike the clones. Sorry, I think the clones are too aggressive in different ways, depending on what clone it is. But this one is pretty subtle, but it's also very masculine, and I think that's a really good combination for my personal preference, at least. I don't like perfumes that are obnoxiously masculine, just like I don't like perfumes that are obnoxiously sweet or feminine in your face. I really, you know, I lean more towards the unisex vibe. Not saying that this is unisex, but I do think, again, it is masculine in a subtle way, and I appreciate that, because this screams elegance. It screams that you're a clean person, that you are wearing a sophisticated fragrance, not so much like a $50 one. Not that there's anything wrong with that, trust me, but like, it's not the same, you know. Like there's a certain degree of elegance and like pulchritude to this perfume that you wouldn't really get with another one. So yeah, personally, I do really enjoy it. I do really enjoy the pineapple notes that some clones like Clove de Nuit are missing. And it is very citrusy and floral, again, like I said, very fruity. So it's definitely one that I see more for the heat. I still think you could wear it well in the colder months, but I do think it's more of like a heat perfume. And I also think it's super versatile. I can see someone wearing this to go out and getting like a bunch of compliments, but I can also see someone who, I don't know, has the money to wear this to work every day doing so, or just wearing it out of the shower. Again, you have the means to do that. And I think that what's very cool about Aventus is that it's a very mass appealing perfume despite being a niche perfume. And I think that's kind of Creed's vibe anyway. They're pretty mass appealing. Something else, you can totally tell that this has very nice high quality ingredients. I'm not sure if this is an older batch or a newer one. I think it's like an older one just because of where I got it and stuff, but I could be wrong, and just because it does last pretty long compared to what I've heard about the newer batches. But again, I could be wrong. I do again really pick up pretty quality ingredients coming out of this scent, which is always appreciated. And does that justify the price? Maybe. Like, I want to say I wouldn't really pay, unless I had a lot of money, $300 for this small bottle. I would pay like $200 if I really liked it. Maybe like, I think $150 is like a pretty fair price, especially considering that Creed Aventus is like such a, I don't know, like common perfume nowadays, and there's so many clones of this DNA. So I do think it is a little bit overpriced. I don't know that the price justifies the ingredients. That is very debatable. Some people will say yes. Some people think that Creed and other niche houses use like really quality ingredients and all that. I mean, again, it's debatable. I don't really think it's worth that much money. Do I like it a lot over the clones? 100%. I don't really like the clones, any of them, sorry. Like, I mean, I think they smell fine for after a shower, just like a casual thing, but I wouldn't really go crazy after a cologne. I would love to smell this on more people. I don't know that I have. I don't think so, just because of the people I hang out with. I don't think I have smelled Aventus on anyone. But my brother was wearing it the other day, and I will say that it smells so good. I will say that the projection for this is really good. I don't really know how to measure it so much. I would say that I could smell it on him about like a meter to a meter and a half away from me, which is a pretty good distance. You know, it's like longer than arm's length. So that is pretty good. It has pretty good projection. If you walk in, people will smell you from, you know, a pretty nice distance, which sometimes we're in the mood for that, to kind of fill up a room. And that's another thing, it does pretty much fill up a room. When he left the other day when he was wearing it, I could smell it in the room for like a pretty good while after. It also lasts pretty long. It doesn't project on the skin for so long after. I would say maybe like an hour to 2 hours after. You have to get in a lot closer to the person in order to smell it. But I mean, I expect that with most perfumes. Maybe definitely more than an hour. That's probably not a good estimate. I would say like 2 to 3 hours. But yeah, I mean, you can still smell it from like close. You don't have to get like super close, but it's not as loud, I would say, as if it's like you just sprayed it like I just did. But yeah, the longevity is really good. I sprayed this on me the other day, and I could smell it on me like a day after. Again, not super loud, but like it was still there, which can't be said about all perfumes, sadly. So yeah, good longevity, pretty good projection, smells sophisticated, clean, smells masculine in a really nice way. Yes, it is sexy because of that, because it is masculine in a pretty subtle way. It's not like super loud or obnoxious. So yeah, definitely recommend it if you are up for the price, because it is pricey. If you really like it but you're not crazy about it, I would just recommend to get a clone. I know a lot of people say they get plenty of compliments if that's what you're, you know, using this perfume for, with just clones. So go for it. Go get like a $30 Armaf clone. I think that works perfectly fine. But if you are really crazy about Aventus, the real thing, and you do want it to be like sort of your signature scent, and I don't know, you've always just wanted it, then for sure like save up for it, or just buy it. I don't see that you could ever go wrong with this perfume, even if it is pretty popular nowadays and the DNA is like being kind of overexploited. I also want to say that this is a perfume that, unlike many others, I see working for literally any age. If you're super young, I think it could work on you, and if you're also on the older side, I also think that it would suit you perfectly. So that's also amazing, because you won't really outgrow it or like think that it's too mature for you or anything like that. Okay, so just an overall summary of everything that I have said. This perfume is pretty nice. I think it's very nice actually. It is one of my favorites. Not my favorites. I have other ones that I like that are much cheaper and that are just designer ones. But it is one of my favorites for sure. I would love to smell this one on somebody. I would definitely compliment them for how good they smell. It is versatile, if you can afford it again, and it is really good for the heat. I think it specifically would work very well in the heat. Is it worth the price? I can't really like give you an answer for that. That's up to you. It's up to your means, to what you think is worth the price or not. Depends on what you're interested in. And also, if you just want something that smells good and similar to Aventus, then go for the clones. There are very nice ones out there, ranging from, of course, the Nuit, the L'Aventure one, which I have, this other one that I have too, but that it's like the cheapest one that I forget the name, but I'll put it somewhere here. And there's also the Montblanc Explorer ones, the Zara Vibrant Leather. But if you do want that like more luxurious and sophisticated appeal to Creed, then for sure get this one. It is a lot nicer in my opinion. It is a lot sexier and more sophisticated. But do keep in mind that at the end of the day, you are kind of just paying the extra money for the prestige of the house, and because you are going to be wearing Creed, and that is supposed to make you a type of way. Not saying it should, but like, let's be real, if you're wearing a $300 fragrance, you're probably going to feel differently than if you're wearing a $20 one. That's just the way it usually goes. So yeah, you would be mainly playing for that boost of confidence, if you want to call it that, for the prestige of the house, for maybe a longer lasting perfume and one that projects a little bit better. But again, the clones do a great job on that, so can't really say. So yeah, just kind of that boost of confidence, the more sophisticated nature of the real Aventus, you will for sure get that. Maybe a couple of compliments more here and there, and yeah, that's about it. I do recommend it though, I will say that. So in this video, I do think it is a really great perfume that could never, you know, go out of fashion. So yeah, that was all about Aventus from Creed. Let me know how you liked my review. Please make sure to subscribe and to find me on my social media. Thank you.